doctor in history. First medical doctor, my brother, my sister, James McCune Smith. James McCune Smith. James is spelled James. McCune is MCCUNE, and Smith is SMITH. Hey, the life of this great black man is about to shock you. Ha! My brother, my sister, now we intentionally chose the proverb for today. When you go and suffer in search of the truth, now it will give you a true meaning to the truth and shall set you free. Today, my brother, my sister, the life of this great black man here is about to shock you. My God, he didn't live long, but the legacy he left behind would continue to linger on till the end of time. James McCune Smith was born on April 1813, and he was born into slavery. His mother was a slave all the way from Africa, and her name was Lavina. Lavina, my brother, my sister, Lavina Smith. Lavina, Lavina, my brother, my sister. And she was born in Africa, carried all the way as a slave from the shores of Africa, specifically West Africa, and carried all the way into America. Now, when she was paraded to be bought, a white man came forward and looked at her, opened her teeth and looked at the teeth. The teeth were so sparkling white and beautiful. My God, he couldn't believe that a human being had such beautiful teeth. Oh my God. And he looked at her shape. She was slender and beautiful, dark in color. Oh my God. And her hair was kinky like wool. He immediately liked this beautiful woman. Hey! And decided that he might just end up buying this woman. My brother, my sister, he was called Samuel Smith. That was his name. And he was a white man. My brother, my sister, he bought this woman slave and carried her all the way to New York. All the way from South Carolina to New York. Her name was Lavina. Oh my God. She decided to work as a slave for Samuel Smith. We don't have a photo of Lavina. But, my brother, my sister, see the interesting thing that happened. Having worked for the white master, Samuel Smith, for some time, the man fell in love with her and started sleeping with her. Bah! She got pregnant. Bah! She gave birth. And when she gave birth, the child was a mixture of white and black. And that was James McCune Smith. His father was an irresponsible father. He was an enslaver. He decided to leave them behind and go looking for another set of slaves. So he grew up with his mother. Oh, as he was growing up, he attended school at the all-black school, right there inside New York. Oh yes, that was where he went to school. The all-black, all-African school. And whilst he was in school, he was judged as the most brilliant in the school. And coming from a mixed race, it was easier for him amongst black people in the area. There was a time a French soldier and warrior was coming to visit the school. It was on the 10th of September, 1824. Our hero for today, James McCune Smith, was asked to recite a poem for the French soldier. His name was Marquis de Lafayette. Hey, the poem touched this French soldier so much so that he asked, who is this? Where is he from? Who are his parents? At the age of 14, our hero for today became free. In fact, he became free. Remember, he was born into slavery. And born into slavery, there was a law in New York City which abolished slavery. And because he lived in New York City, he became free from slavery at the age of 14. My brother, my sister, and that was 1827. Just 2.5 years after he had recited that beautiful poem to Marquis de Lafayette. Oh my God. Marquis de Lafayette is spelled M-A-R-Q-U-I-S for Marquis de D-E. Lafayette is L-A-F-A-Y-E-T-T-E. Marquis de Lafayette. He was extremely brilliant. In class, he was number one. My brother, my sister, he studied very hard, graduated with flying colors. Oh my God, he was so brilliant. He took part in so many different competitions in the school and won. My brother, my sister, he was a well-known, studious person. Everybody knew that he loved school. And he studied very hard and made it in school. He wanted to become a medical doctor because he saw how black people in his community were all refused medical attention. And he wanted to become the very first black doctor. He studied very hard at the medical school. He was refused entry in the medical school. He tried to go there once in a while and study, but every time he was kicked out. But even him, who was not a student, a regular student, knew better than those who were full-time students there. He made friends with a few students there, and he was the one who was even teaching them what they had been taught in school. Now, when the black community realized that our hero for today was so studious, but the American system would not allow him to enter the medical school, let alone even graduate as a medical doctor, you know what they did? They all contributed money and sent him by ship all the way to England, specifically Liverpool, where he was supposed to study to become a medical doctor. My brother, my sister, he worked very hard. Hey! Born into slavery in South Carolina, he moved all the way to New York City. Oh my God. Went to school. The system refused to absorb him because he was black. Black people contributed and sent him all the way to Liverpool, where he studied very hard. In fact, he studied at the African Free School, as you were told earlier, and he was an exceptionally brilliant student. My brother, my sister, on the day he recited the poem in front of Marquis de Lafayette, oh my God, who was a French war hero, everybody knew that he had arrived. He was taken on tour of the country of America. And when he returned, it was said that he needed to go and study outside so he would be able to grab his medical degree. Ah, see what happened now? There was a reverend minister by name Reverend Peter Williams Jr., who was also his mentor. He had also graduated from the African Free School. And He taught him so much. Yes, he introduced him to the Episcopal Church. And then he introduced him to the Bible. Yes, he encouraged him to apply to Columbia University and Geneva Medical College in New York State. But as you were told, he was denied admission to the school due to racial discrimination. Williams encouraged Smith, our hero for today, to attend the University of Glasgow in Scotland. He and his abolitionist benefactors came together and paid for him to go to school. And he arrived in Liverpool, where he walked on the banks of the river, and he told himself, I am free now. My brother, my sister, he went to school, graduated from the University of Glasgow, and obtained a bachelor's degree in 1835. How old was he in 1835? 22 years old. He had a master's degree in 1836. My brother, my sister, at the age of 23. And then he had a medical degree in 1837. My God, he was how old? 34 years old. Oh my God. He completed his internship in Paris, in France. That's what we call housemanship in Ghana. And when he finished, he said, I did not go to school to live in the white man's land. I have to go back to my people in America. My black people in the ghettos of America, and help heal them with the knowledge that I have. Hey! In those days in America, it was said that black people were not brilliant. It was said that black people were daft. In other words, they were dumb. But his studies later revealed that black people are as sharp as white people, sometimes even sharper. He used the truth he gained in his studies to liberate himself and to liberate black people in America. Today we're talking about James McCune Smith. Watch this. Now it was time to return to America, and the American people refused him entry into America. They did not want him to enter and be the first black man to become a medical doctor. They didn't want it. They wanted only white people to be medical people, in other words, doctors. Coming down, he was going to be a disgrace to the medical profession. He was going to be a disgrace to white people. He was going to be able to prove that, yes, black people can also do it. So he bought his ticket. Listen. Black people in America bought him a ticket to sit in the ship, my brother, my sister, and go to America. But the captain of the ship returned him and told him, no, you cannot be on my ship. You are black. Sorry, our ship is only for white people. This was 1838. My brother, my sister. But he found a way, almost stowing away into Manhattan, right there in New York. And when he arrived, the whole black population in New York seemed to be there. Everybody came to welcome him amidst dancing and jubilating and even singing. They were able to keep him walking. Oh my God. James McCune Smith, they loved him. When he arrived, he shed tears. He told them, this is the last time I will shed tears. It is time to put the knowledge that I gained into use. It is time to embrace the truth and let the truth set all of us free. 2 years after he arrived in America again, he established his own practice in New York City. And then he realized that he needed a woman to keep him warm at night. So he married Malvina Barnett. Malvina is spelled Malvina for Malvina. And Barnett is Barnet. My producer is going to put up a photograph of Malvina Barnett so you get to see this woman. She was a free woman of color who had graduated from the Rutgers Female Institute. In fact, they were together. And interestingly, can I tell you something? When our hero was born, he never got in contact with any woman. He didn't know how a woman felt, apart from his mother, who also freed herself from slavery later in life. Until he got married, he didn't have a woman. So when he got married and started enjoying his wife, they made 11 children non-stop. 11 at a go. Hey, Papa. 11 children at a go. But a number of them did not live to adulthood. They died. Amongst his children, we have Frederick Douglass Smith. Remember, don't confuse this one with Frederick Douglass. They also had Peter Williams. They had Mary Smith. They had James W. Brother, my sister, 11 of them. He made a lot of money and he decided to move from the black community into a white community. My brother, my sister. An all-white community. And they drafted him as white, he and his wife, because they were mulattoes. You know what a mulatto is? A mixture of black and white. They moved into the high-profile areas of the white community. You know why they did it? They wanted to break into it as the first black people to do that and open the way for other black people to enter the community. But when white people realized that this man had broken the jinx and succeeded in buying a house. In fact, he built a house and he got masons from Ireland to come and build the house. My brother, look at the mansion he built. Look at it. This was built by Irish masons and bricklayers. He had a number of servants and maid servants in his house. And when they realized that a black man had Nicodemously entered the white community, they burnt down his house. When they burnt down his house, he ran away from the area and relocated into the black communities again. This was in 1863, in what was known as the draft riots in Manhattan. Oh my God. Now, those of you who know Manhattan, we have two Manhattans in New York, you know. Yes, we have the upper and the lower. Right? My brother, my sister, this is what we are talking about today. He didn't feel safe in the white community anymore after the burning of his house. He moved right there into the black community in Brooklyn. My brother, my sister, and in Brooklyn, up till now, is predominantly black. He felt safe and able. In 1870, the census of the American people showed that he was white. And later, the census showed that he was mulatto. My brother, my sister, he succeeded in confusing these people with his profession. Only white people were medical doctors until he came on the scene. James McCune Smith. My brother, my sister, he wrote a number of books and defied a number of principles. My brother, my sister, in the world of science. My brother, my sister, he was a man who also fought for the liberation of black people. Oh yes, he fought against that and liberated a lot of black people using what was known as the Underground Railroad system to free up black people. You remember Mary McCune, right? My brother, my sister. Several diseases had come to hit the black population, including smallpox, leading causes of death around that time were measles. I'm talking about measles, I beg your pardon, measles and smallpox, including tuberculosis. My brother, my sister, he was able to help black people survive these sicknesses, treating black people for free. He also worked in the asylum and worked in several other such institutions, helping so many people. He was a part of the Abolitionist movement, freeing a lot of black people and setting a lot of them up in businesses, giving them money to do that. My brother, my sister, today we remember this great black man who wrote a lot of professional writings. My brother, my sister, we remember this great black man, this powerful black man. Oh, he fell ill and he died. He got a lot of honors and left behind so much works and legacies. Today we remember this great black man. He died on November 17, 1865. Yes, at the age of 52. He died at Long Island. They say Long Island in New York. Today we remember you, Papa. Papa, why you? James McCune Smith, from 1813 to 1865. American physician, apothecary, abolitionist, and author who was born in Manhattan. Dr. James McCune Smith was the first African American to hold a medical degree from the University of Glasgow in Scotland. Oh my God. He went down in history as the first such black man to break it up in America. He couldn't get a degree in America. They would not allow a black man to get it. Black people had to contribute money and send him to Glasgow. He arrived in Liverpool and went all the way to Glasgow and broke the glass in Glasgow and was able to make things happen for him. Today we remember you, Papa. Baba Nawo. Baba Nawo. Baba Nawo. Baba Nawo. Baba Nawo. Oh. Agbeno heavy. Megba fumato. Agbeno heavy. Magba fumato. Jakpata beda vio. Monyi eko. Jakpata beda vio. Monyi eko. The young shall grow. My brother, my sister, in the burden of knowledge, I ask you, now that you know the story of James McCune Smith, what would you do? Bianani olea mini obafe. Yezunda kagane mezaka yine. Ye papango bokaya nfifi ya nyanu kaina wo. Bana yehu ebe den lele ya njima singa bekun. Lele ya njima singa beri. It's been the African History Club.